Hi and welcome to my channel. So as we all know, the UK government has announced and confirmed the biggest changes in the history of this country as far as visas and immigration are really concerned. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you 5 of the biggest and most significant changes that they have confirmed so far. So these are not proposals, these are changes that have already been confirmed. They are legit and the government has already updated these changes on their website, and these changes are already affecting people as we speak. So if you're new to my channel, as usual, you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time. If you haven't joined this family, take this opportunity right now to hit the subscribe button below so that you're the first person to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here. I make sure that you're the first person to be informed about the best opportunities that the UK has to offer. And let's get straight to the point. What is the first change? The first change is that any company that is not registered with the CQC, which is the Care Quality Commission, is no longer allowed to offer visa sponsorship to overseas candidates. And this is why you see that in recent times, so many companies have lost their license to recruit overseas. And by the way, if you're new here and you're not aware, I do have a free newsletter. I've dropped the link in the comment section below. Do join. It's completely free. You drop your name and email and you're part of that newsletter, so that information such as this, I send it directly to your amazing inbox. So you're not reliant on the YouTube algorithm for such vital information that is crucial for your personal and professional development. You're also going to find my contact details on there, so it's my WhatsApp number as well as my email address. If you're watching this and you're thinking, Melvis, I need support to switch my visa, to get a UK visa, to get an apprenticeship, for career progression, I'm sick and tired of doing what I'm doing, I need to upgrade, I need a change right now because 2024 is the year for reawakening, then yes, do get in contact with me ASAP, obviously after you finish watching this video, because look, these laws are actually mind-blowing. And so I make sure that I also send information to you about visa sponsorship opportunities to move to the UK without spending millions of money and coming here to be stranded in this country, as well as my all-time favorite, career progression. Yes, now you're in the UK, so what? Now you're in the UK, then what? Because let me tell you, this country is full of opportunities, but they're not going to come and dangle them in front of you and say, hey Melvis, you're welcome to the UK, this is what you can do, this is what you can do. Nobody will do that. You don't want to get stuck in the same position. So that is what I'm about, and these are the reasons why you should 100% join my free newsletter and also check my contact details on there. But as I'm going along, if you've got any questions, please do leave them in the comment section below so that I can join you to answer. Other people can also share their own ideas and also share what is your situation at the moment, because this is what it's about. So like I said, rule number 1 is that companies that are not registered with the CQC will no longer be able to recruit overseas candidates. And this is because of the mismanagement and the ill treatment, let me call it that, of overseas workers that are stranded in the UK. And this is why the UK government has also issued thousands of deportation letters to thousands of carers that are in the UK at the moment. So I empathize with those of you that have been caught up in this situation, but that is because of the new law that has come as well, and also because these employers are not respecting the rules, because they are much stricter now when it comes to controlling how the people that are recruiting overseas candidates are treating them. So that's one thing. And so if you are on visa sponsorship at the moment or you're applying, you need to be very wise, very smart. You need to do a lot of research, on any company that you're applying for that is giving you sponsorship. If not, you need to get another job ASAP and move. If you're watching this and you've not come to the UK in a legit way, and you know that your company's license is revoked or at risk or suspended, you need to start looking for a job ASAP before you get stranded. So that is law number 1, and they're very strict on it and they're already on top of it. Law number 2 is that students are no longer allowed to move with dependents in the UK. If you're studying an undergrad, you're not allowed. If you are studying a master's course, only a few master's courses are allowed to bring dependents to the UK. If you're studying for a PhD, yes, you can bring your dependents to the UK. So again, you need to make sure that you're deciding which course. Gone are the days where people just found an agent and they said, hey, agent, I'm going to pay you whatever amount, and you're going to get a job for me in the UK, or get me, I don't know, a course to study in the UK. You need to do your research as a candidate, because it is your life, it is your future, it is your journey. And so it is ultimately your responsibility to make sure that you are doing research. Don't leave your hands in the mercy of other people. Be involved in the process. And by the way, if you're watching this and you're not aware, I do have a private career coaching program where I offer tailored one-to-one personalized and individualized support with UK visa sponsorship jobs. I mean, from legit employers, obviously, for people that want to follow that path, towards success, towards doing things the right way. I also offer, guidance, one-to-one support, tailored guidance about NHS jobs, apprenticeships. How do you get paid to study in the UK? I started my journey, by the way, if you're new here, as a carer in a nursing home myself. I then studied nursing in the UK. I've gone on to do 2 apprenticeships. With my last apprenticeship, I was paid over £50,000 to study in the UK. And my employer also paid my tuition fees. So you can see that the things that I share with you is not about hearsay. It's not about, procrastination. This is the journey that I have personally gone through. And that is why I like to share these opportunities so that you know what else is possible. Because it seems as though the UK doesn't have many opportunities, or there are opportunities but people don't know what to do, but it's just that it takes effort to succeed. So that is what my coaching program is about. If you're a carer, you want to upgrade into nursing, you want to get to the NHS, you don't want to do domiciliary care anymore. You're working from 6 o'clock in the morning till 11 at night, and you're only being paid for 3 hours. I mean, that is unacceptable. And you want to transition into something more stable, into something more legit, into something more permanent. Then again, I'm your girl. I can support you with that journey. So if you're watching this, by the way, do share it with your friends, loved ones, colleagues, so they're aware of these opportunities. So if you're keen, and which, by the way, if you're watching this video, yes, it is perfect for you. Check the description box below or the about section of this channel, and you're going to find information about my private coaching program to join. It's only for less than 1% of people here. Those people that, like me, are interested and invested in their personal and professional development. It's not people that are going to say, I want to have a job, but I don't want to do an interview. I mean, how does that even work? No, it's not for you. It's for those people that are interested in professional development. If you want to work as a carer, you need to know how to care for a person. You need to have that empathy. It's not about putting that on your CV, but it is about becoming that person, so that the other person that is receiving care has the right treatment that they rightfully so deserve. So again, that's what my program is about: career progression opportunities. How do you earn more? Work life, so you get to retire early, because we're not in this country to suffer. We have not come to the UK to suffer. So what is the next change? The next change is that carers will no longer be allowed to move with dependents in the UK. From spring of 2024, this is also a law. In fact, no one is talking about it anymore because everybody just accepted it, and it's already been updated. And, it is a shame. I thought there was going to be, outcry. I thought we were going to be protesting. I thought we were going to be like, hell no, that's not right. But look, this is already a law. And so from spring, and by the way, if you're watching this video, you still got a little bit of time, which means that if you're coming as a carer, there are some exemptions, because as you know, with every law, there's an exemption. And by the way, as I'm going along, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section below. These are laws that there's a lot involved with each of these, but I just want to give you a summary of all the changes so that you're aware of what they are. And then if you're making your decisions, you are thinking about this, because decision making, whether you're already in the UK or still planning to move, has to be according to these laws, so that you're gravitating towards the opportunities where you're going to have more advantages as a candidate, because that's what this is about. It's about you making the most of the best opportunities. It's not saying, hey, Melvis, I'm not going to the UK. It's saying, yes, this is what the UK has done. How can I overcome this to still make the most of my UK journey? That's what I'm expecting from you. So there are some exemptions, obviously, which means that if you're working for the NHS, you're going to be exempted. But if you're coming as a carer to work for a private company, a care home, domiciliary care, all those private companies, then you cannot bring your dependents at all from spring. So you still got a little bit of time. If you're watching this right now, what do you think about this policy? Are you affected? Are you not? Are you already in the UK? Are you still out? I mean, what's going on? What is your situation? Do leave that in the comment section below so that we can kind of knock heads together and see what it is that we can come up with. So that's another law. Then law number 3, which is something that is crucial, Indeed. And number four as well is that the UK government has increased the healthcare surcharge, which is now £1,035 per person per year. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. It's very unacceptable. What this means is that if you're a family of four and you're moving to the UK and you've got a 5-year visa, it's going to cost you about £20,000 in healthcare surcharge alone, excluding any visa fees whatsoever. And if you're if you're a person that is like, hey, I don't want to apply for jobs, I'm just gonna buy a COS. If you've paid how much ever for a COS, I mean, it's gonna cost you more to move to the UK than you're ever going to make and save in this country if you're not careful. And this is why I'm a huge advocate when it comes to going through the legit processes, doing things the right way, being patient so that you can get an employer where you're having free visa sponsorship. Because to get things for free, you need to invest your time. That's how life is. To get things for free, you need to invest your time. But rightfully so, that is the due process. So that when you get your job and move to the UK, you know that it's legit. Because guess what? Many people are paying all those thousands of pounds, millions of money, and when they come to the UK, they have no jobs. And these are the same people that have received deportation letters from the Home Office. It is very, very heartbreaking. And so the healthcare surcharge has increased. In fact, it's going to be from the 6th of February, which is just in a few days' time. In fact, that's next week, actually. So these are massive changes that the government has implemented. I mean, these are not proposals. These are changes that have already been confirmed, implemented, and updated on the government website. Again, what is your situation at the moment? If you need that tailored guidance, like I've said, you need that one-to-one support, you need that individualized support, and you want to legit go through the right way, then I can support you with that journey. I'm not sitting here to say it's easy. I'm not sitting here to say it's a walk in the park. I'm not sitting here to say you're going to get a job in a day, because I know that that's what many people like to hear. It's not possible. When you're applying for a job, it's about putting in the effort. What should your CV look like? What's that job about? What are the expectations? What about the interview? What about the questions? How should you answer those questions? Because even if you're a carer back home, it's not the same thing as being in the UK. If you've done a carer course for 3 months or for 1 month, or you've done attachment or voluntary work, it is not the same thing as working in the UK. You still need to know the insights that you need, and it is those insights that are going to make all the difference. I mean, it's not what everybody's talking about on YouTube or courses. It is the insider information, the nitty-gritty that is tailored to your specific circumstances, that is really going to make the difference. And look, that's what I'm talking about. What is your specific experience? How can you bring that experience, to this job to become the best candidate? That's what I'm talking about. So again, you've got to be able to do that. If you're not, it's going to be tough getting a job. It's going to be very difficult. And like I say, you don't want to risk it saying you're going to pay for COS, because you're going to just end up with a whole new set of problems that are going to be even worse than simply being back home. So it is not worth it. So that's another change. Another interesting change is that if you are British and you are bringing your spouse from overseas, you need to be earning at least £29,000 per year. Look, this is something that the government had initially announced. It was going to be £38,000, but now they have said it's going to be it's now 29,000, and then maybe next year or so it'll increase to just over £38,000. So as of today, it is 29,000. And let me tell you, even though 29,000 is not a lot of money, like millions of people do not earn that amount. If you look at the fact that as a carer, you're earning £20,000 per year. I mean, how long will it take you to be able to earn 29,000? It's going to be a lifetime. And that's why I go on about progression. So if you're earning less than 29,000, you will not be able to bring your dependents to the UK either way, which means progression, high paying jobs, that's the only way out. And also, if you're dating somebody, look, this is the time you need to say to them, hey Melvis, I actually love you, and if we're dating and you want me to come to the UK, can you tell me how much you're earning? Because I need to know how much you're earning. Let me tell you, because if you guys get married and that person doesn't earn at least £29,000 per year, you can't move to the UK. Maybe the person in the UK can move back home, wherever it is that you are, to live together, but you will not be moving to the UK. I mean, which means that this is the time to say, hey, I love you, man. I love you, woman. But how much are you earning? If they're earning less than £29,000, like I say, you will not be making it to the UK. So you need to be, and there's one of the ministers that was saying that with this law, it's very unfair because they only want people that are wealthy to fall in love with immigrants or people that live overseas. Unfortunately, that is the case, because if you're dating somebody in the UK and the person is earning less than £29,000 per year, you cannot join them in the UK. So again, I mean, these are things for you to be aware of, because of course it's got a lot to do, because it's very, very rare and uncommon to find somebody who leaves the UK to go stay back home to be with a partner because they've got married. Normally is that somebody moves out to come to the UK and join them. So you need to be, selective, should I say? I mean, it's not fair, but life itself is not fair. Life is not fair. And that's why you need to know what this information is so that you can make more informed choices and decisions about your life, because these are all life-changing events. So these are 5 of the biggest changes that the government has implemented already. There are other changes, but I don't think they are as life-changing and as career-changing and as impactful as these 5 that we've spoken about. I think it's very unfortunate. There's also the shortage occupation list, which is something that they're going to be scrapping this year. But I mean, it's not such a life-changing event. You know what I mean? But again, these 5 changes, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Which of these laws do you think is the worst? Which of these laws is going to affect you personally? Which of these laws do you think, OMG, I wish I had moved to the UK sooner? I mean, I'm always here talking about no procrastination, taking action, implementing. This is the time. So leave a comment in the comment section and say, Melvis, I will implement this 100%. Surprise yourself this 2024 and smash all of your goals. Be successful, because success is sweet when we get it collectively, when we get it together. It's not about one person succeeding. It's all of us succeeding together. So check the comment section below. You're going to see my newsletter. Do join. You see my contact details there, my WhatsApp number and my email address. And if you need one-to-one support, check out my coaching program in the description box and contact me, and I'll give you more info about it. Check out this video that I've shared specially for you. Check this out.